Some dobro music for you. You can hear that just everywhere. Some of those tunes, let's see what I played. Senior's Lament back there. And then I played, I better look at the list. Oh, really? I played all of those. A song called The Spanish Two-Step. Josh Graves' tune, Spanish Two-Step, For Your Fandango. Whatever that is. And then a song called The Steel Guitar Blues, which I played on the Earls of Leicester's last record, Rattle and Roar. And Flat and Scruggs never actually recorded that song, but they ate a lot of speed and drove all the way to LA and got up on stage, and Josh Graves played it at the speed of sound. You could hear his teeth gritting on the recording, and I just know those guys too well. I've been channeling them for too long now, and I can just imagine them. They're going out to do Beverly Hillbillies soundtrack, and they're racing out there because they know they're going to stay on the bus, and Lester and Earl are going to have a hotel room. It really happened. It really happened. That's what happened. They stayed in the bus while they were doing the soundtrack for that. And poor guys, man, nothing's changed. We go out there to make a soundtrack. I'm making my boys stay in the bus. I'll take the penthouse suite. No, not really. I mean, things have changed, actually. Buses are nicer. We have drivers that take all the speed now. So, I knew a guy that had a tackle box. 500 miles, 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles. Sleep. It was the biggest one of all. Telling this stuff on stage. I shouldn't do this, but it's what I do. You've seen me, and I'm kind of an open book. But okay, I should get back to playing. That's probably my wisest decision. Does anybody have a request for anything that I probably
Big
haven't
Bug
written
Shuffle?
down? Big Bug Shuffle. I'll accept that. Yeah, Edgar, just because we are where we are and we are doing what we're doing, Edgar and Russ and I wrote a record together, and it's called Skip, Hop, and Wobble. And it's the only time I've ever sat down with two other people and written a record. And it didn't go very well at first until we kind of go away from each other and then come back and say, okay, what do you got? Throw them out all on the table. And, recordings, cassette tapes at that point. Got lots of those, don't you? What are we going to do with that shit?
Digitize.
It sounds worse. It sounds better if you just get a cassette player. They're cheap now. Get one wired up. It sounds great. They said that digital would be better for our ears, would fatigue us less. Lies. Lies. Vinyl. Give me vinyl. Give me fields and fields of vinyl. Stop the wanton slaughter of the baby vinyls. But actually, we've done a live recording. The Earls did 2 nights in the Hall of Fame, at the Country Music Hall of Fame at the CMA Theater, and we recorded both nights and we filmed them. And they were both nights were the same, so we could go back and forth between these two. But most of it was nervous energy from the first night won out over the second night of, we know what we're doing, but it's boring. But we're in the process of doing that. The first thing that's going to come out is the CD at IBMA this year, but then we're going to release the vinyl. There are four records in there. It's a lot of stuff, but I had to go through and edit out a lot of junk that you wouldn't want to hear. And I left in a lot of stuff that you wouldn't want to hear. And that's the best stuff, though. You know, that's the stuff that you remember on the records that you thought were the greatest, and then you go back and hear and you go, that sucks. But when you were 6, it was great. Yeah, that's kind of how these records are. And, the problem is that nobody remembers how to make vinyl now. Nobody remembers how to the magic, you know, of taking something that's on tape or in some format and making a disc out of it that doesn't go boom, 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 boom. I mean, I got one once that these really good guys had done, and it would go around and it would go. I said, I don't think that's going to work. That part, you guys need to go back to school and learn how to do this. But all the guys that were really good at it are gone. And so the new guys are learning how to do it again. So pretty soon they should get good. You know, we're the guinea pigs right now, and maybe it sucks, maybe it doesn't. I tend to not listen to it after it's out there. I listen to it a lot while we're making it, and a lot while we're finalizing it and making the discs. You know, making all that stuff right for you, and then fuck it, I don't want to hear it. But let me play this. Let me play the Big Buck Shuffle, right?